Oh, Carl is here.
Yeah, just wait on Scott.
He was
I was hiding behind Duke.
I'll go here with you guys on the case.
If you want to give up that money. Yes.
And Mike, what about that guy, 30 something who just fell and he died?
Oh, yeah.
Really? Who? Yeah.
Yeah.
But the other one before that, who's a bodybuilder, he died too.
Especially when you're overweight, man.
No, remember about the overweight. No, you know, Jim police.
Oh, yeah. There's people that do
bodybuilder. It's coming out. Well, I decide you treat people right and you can't be less. That's why him and I were talking about, because whatever you do come back to you, man. That's why I tell people, when you sit up here, don't take it as be grateful.
Yeah.
There you go, that's the word. Because why? I'm going in karma. Like Duke be treating people bad. He ain't no.
We're gonna start.
He goes into the bus, I run this place. Everything we go through.
Okay.
He don't know. He don't watch that. He doesn't watch that. He doesn't know. Listen, no.
One meeting. It's 7:06, January 8, 2019. This is our first council meeting for the year 2019. I hope you had a wonderful holiday, and I want to wish each and every one a wonderful 2019. I want to thank my colleagues, Councilwoman Keys, Councilman Scott Galvin, and Councilman Alex Desulme. Unfortunately, the mayor is not available tonight. You know, since January 1st, I became the vice mayor for the city of North Miami, and tonight I'm the acting mayor, and I'm the chair of the meeting. But before we proceed, I'm gonna let Councilman Scott Galvin say a few words addressing the public. I didn't expect to see you tonight because, you know, for the past 6 years, and I miss only one meeting, and you never miss one. I said tonight maybe Councilman Galvin gonna miss the first meeting of the year 2019, but fortunately you're here tonight, and people would like to hear from you.
Thanks.
We wish you the best, and we hope that not only you will be with us for the whole 2019, but you will be in the city of North Miami for a long, long time.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Vice Mayor. I apologize for my voice, but I'll be very quick. You can tell from listening to me and probably tell from looking at me that I've lost some weight and my voice isn't what it normally is. A few days before Christmas, I was struck with an aortic dissension. Aortic dissension. Basically, the aorta, which attaches from my heart and spreads blood to my body, tore open, and I was bleeding out from the inside. Had I gotten to the hospital 10 minutes later than I did, they would have had to amputate my left leg. Had I got to the hospital another 10 minutes after that, I would have arrived dead on arrival. Thanks to God and to the doctors and the surgeons at Aventura Memorial Hospital, I am now on the mend. I underwent 12 hours of open heart surgery. I have a metal plate that now holds my sternum together. As they had to saw me open, I didn't have long to go, so they had to move fast. I spent 14 days in the ICU. But, like I said, with some grace of God, a little bit of luck, and luckily the fact that I was working out and keeping healthy prior to all this, I'll make a full recovery. So, and I go through the airport metal detector. The plate won't set anything off. And my voice will hopefully be back to normal by about mid-February. But just in case you ran into me and saw me look a little different, sound a little different, I wanted to have an open conversation and let people know, because you know how the rumors start to spread around. I'm very, very thankful to be here, thankful for the support of my family and my loved ones. And as many of you might have even been getting email responses from me over the holidays, yes, I was doing that from my hospital bed. So my commitment to the city of North Miami is as strong as it has ever been. So I'm looking forward to a great 2019 too. Thank you, Vice Mayor, for that.
And now please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please place your right hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please stand as Commander Angelo Brinson.
Let's all bow. Father God in heaven, we come before thee right now asking for grace and mercy. We give thanks for life, health, and sound minds. We ask your blessings upon these proceedings tonight as we go about the city's business. We're thankful for all the residents, for all the employees, and all the guests. We hope as we go through our city's business that everyone will behave in a respectful manner and with brotherly love, and that everything said and done will be productive and for the betterment of our city. And now, may God bless America and God bless the great city of North Miami. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Mr. City Clerk, can roll call, please?
Mayor Joseph, Vice Mayor Bienemer,
Here.
Councilwoman Keys, Councilman Galvin,
Here.
Councilman Desiree.
Here.
Vice Mayor, we have a quorum to proceed.
Thank you very much, Mr. City Manager. Do you have any addition or deletion to the agenda?
None at this time, sir.
Mr. City Attorney, are we set for business tonight?
Yes, Mayor. Yes, Vice Mayor. The agenda is set. You may proceed.
And now let's move for special presentation. Tonight we have two special presentations, and first of all we have our November Officer of the Month for the month of December and January. It's November and December, no? Right? I said January. And for November we have 3 officers, and for December we have 1. And I'm going to let the chief come forward.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Good evening, everyone. This evening we're recognizing 3 officers of the month for the month of November. Sergeant Ray De Jesus is going to represent them. It's Officer Niall Johnson, Officer Stacina Jones, and Officer Pinky Josham. And in this case, Officers Jones, Josham, and Johnson responded to an emergency call in reference to a father armed with a flare gun acting in an aggressive manner. In addition, the caller advised that the son of the male had also armed himself with his personal firearm. The units arrived and observed the father standing in the front doorway holding an orange flare gun in his right hand. This same subject had shot at officers previously on another call. The officers made several attempts to convince the father to come out from the doorway and put the flare gun down. He refused to comply and retreated back into the residence. Working in unison, Officers Jones and Johnson immediately began utilizing de-escalation techniques to calm the father while placing themselves in a strategic location. At the same time, Officer Josham addressed the son to ensure that he was disarmed. The father continued to grow agitated and attempted to enter his bedroom and slam the door behind him. At that point, Officer Jones immediately pushed the door open and tackled the subject. Officer Johnson simultaneously wrestled the flare gun from his hand, and the male was placed on the sofa in the living room. While they were patting him down, they found a second gun in his other pocket. Further investigation, not surprisingly, revealed that this man was suffering from mental illness, and he had stopped taking his medication. As a result of Officer Jones, Josham, and Johnson's swift response, calmness, and teamwork, the male was safely taken into custody and had the opportunity to be transported to the hospital where he could receive the necessary medical and mental assistance. These officers should be commended for their ability to quickly assess the situation while following our department's values. They safely diffused a potentially deadly situation with this mentally ill person and did not have to go to lethal force. They demonstrated professionalism and empathy while safely resolving the situation. Please join me in recognizing them for their great work.
Officer Neil Johnson. Officer Stacina Jones. Officer Penky Josham.
Wonderful person.
Jump in there, Ray. Right in the middle with everybody. Thanks, Ray. Those 3 officers worked day shifts, so they headed back to their families this evening. The next recipient is Officer Jodlin Antoine. And Officer Antoine has been an officer with our department for 15 years. This isn't something new for him to be recognized for his fine work. He's always being recognized as Officer of the Month. And in this particular case, a subject entered the 7-Eleven on Biscayne Boulevard and 118th Street, greeted the store clerk, walked over to get a Slurpee, and in an effort to lull the clerk into a false sense of security, he sat back and drank his beverage while he was standing there. And when the clerk turned away, he started to pounce on her and pulled out a machete, demanding money, not only from her, but from the cash register. Shocked and in fear for her life, the victim complied, gave the subject $150 from the register, her purse, as well as her cell phone. The subject then fled from the store and jumped into an awaiting vehicle. The next day, during Officer Antoine's tour of duty, he went over and he checked on the victim to make sure she was okay and watched the video surveillance just to get some more information from it. He recalled seeing this subject on a previous case during another armed robbery of a 7-Eleven in the local area. 3 days later, now imagine this, he goes there on his own, checks on the victim. Then 3 days later, while he's off duty, just driving around, Officer Antoine sees a vehicle that matches that description. Again, he's off duty. He's not working anymore. He follows the vehicle, contacts other officers so they can stop the vehicle. They stop it. It turns out to be a female, and he recalled that the subject was actually a male. So having the knowledge that the wanted subject was a male, Officer Antoine used his experience and his interview skills and found out if any guys had been driving that car. Sure enough, a male subject had been driving it. He did his diligent work, worked with our investigators, and ultimately identified this subject and took him into custody for multiple armed robberies with a machete. So join me in congratulating Officer Antoine for his great work. Good job, sir.
Okay, Chief says it real quick, so I'm gonna make this very brief. Thank you. Well, first of all, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And proud to be here to accept this award, as I've been in the past. And I just felt really good. Like I've always said, it's a good feeling to get recognized for doing something that you love doing. And I love coming out there and doing the best I can to serve the city of North Miami and try to make a positive impact on the residents and including my boss. And so it's, like I said, it's a wonderful feeling, and I want to thank everyone for the recognition, Chief of Police, admin staff, and council members, and so forth. Thank you very much.
City events.
Duke, you watched the game last night?
Good evening, Vice Mayor, Council staff, North Miami neighbors. My name is Cassandra Timothy, Public Information Officer, and it is a pleasure to share some of our city's upcoming events, programs, and initiatives in the new year. Councilman Alex DeSilme will host a town hall meeting on Wednesday, January 9th from 7 to 9 p.m. at Griffin Community Center. Residents are encouraged to attend this meeting to learn more about the proposed mixed-use development project located on 950 Northeast 124th Street. The next meeting of the Mayor Smith Joseph Jr. City Council will take place on Thursday, January 10th at 5:30 p.m. here in the council chambers. You all are invited to observe the Junior Council in action. The next Getting Gear Community Bike Ride will take place on Saturday, January 12th with registration at 8 a.m. The 10-mile group bike ride starts and ends at the Mocha Plaza and takes place on the second Saturday of each month. This month's bike ride includes stops at House of Flavor and El Kiosco Latin Cafe. The City of North Miami will pay tribute to the lives lost during the 2010 earthquake in Haiti with a remembrance ceremony on Saturday, January 12th at 4 p.m. right here in the council chambers. Details will be available on the city's website. Wednesday, January 16th at 6 p.m., join us in the Mocha Plaza as we salute the work and vision of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. during our annual Candlelight Vigil. This vigil celebrates Dr. King's life through spoken word, song, and dance performances by students from local schools and universities. It is presented by the North Miami University Relations Board. Saturday, January 19th, join Alonzo Mourning for Zoe's Winter Groove, featuring a 5K run/walk at North Miami's Athletic Stadium. This event also features free sport clinics and other activities for the entire family. Registration for the 5K walk begins at 6:30 a.m. The Family Fun Day is free and open to the public and starts at 9:30 a.m. For more information, visit zoeswintergroove.com. Also on Saturday, let your Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. holiday weekend include a stop at the second annual Know Me Mac and Cheese Fest, featuring R&B recording artist Kelly Price, live in concert, on Saturday, January 19th from 2 to 8 p.m. at North Miami's Griffin Park. You don't want to miss the Hungry Black Man's Mac and Cheese Showdown and Bake Off. Bring the entire family. Admission is free. Please note that North Miami administrative offices will be closed on Monday, January 21st in observance of the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. A cleaner Know Me is a better Know Me. Join the Clean City Task Force on MLK Day for a service project on Monday, January 21st at Enchanted Forest Park. Volunteers are needed to paint it proud and tidying up our parks. Registration will also be available on our city's website. Haitian Compas Band Class will headline the 2019 Mixer hosted by Vice Mayor Philippe Bien-Aimé, the Association of Haitian Educators of Dade, and the Haitian American Chamber of Commerce on Thursday, January 31st from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the Mocha Paradise Courtyard. This event is sponsored by the Law Office of Andre D. Pierre. Application for the 2019 Leaders in Training programs are available online. Applications are due by 5 p.m. Friday, February 1st. The LIT program is for teens interested in building a professional resume. Contact our Community Planning and Development Department for details. Stay up to date with the latest happening in our city by visiting northmiamifl.gov and clicking on the Connect with Know Me icon on our homepage, where you can sign up to receive our free monthly newsletter. Residents may also like the City of North Miami on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do we have any city project updates?
Not this evening, sir.
Okay. Is there any question on the dais about the consent agenda? If none, can I hear a motion on it?
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion made by Councilwoman Keys to approve the consent agenda, tab A through E. That motion was seconded by Vice Mayor Bien-Aimé. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passed with a 4-0 vote. Tab F, proposed resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, authorizing the city manager to issue purchase orders to Enterprise Leasing Company of Florida, LLC, for an aggregate amount not to exceed $125,000 to provide the North Miami Police Department with services related to the rental or lease of vehicles for administrative and law enforcement use, providing for an effective date and for all other purposes.
Good evening, council members. Alberto Estrada, Purchasing Director. The item that you have before you under tab F is staff's recommendation to approve the renewal of the city's preferred rate agreement with Enterprise Leasing Company of Florida to provide the city's North Miami Police Department with both administrative and law enforcement vehicles. The proposed contract is for a not-to-exceed amount of $125,000 a year. This is a contract that was initially approved by the City Council last year, in December of last year, 2017, and this simply is a renewal of that contract. Once again, it's for purposes of both administrative and investigative purposes for the police department. And if you have any questions, I'll be glad to take them.
Let's open public hearing on tab F. Public hearing is open. Public hearing on tab F. No one. Can I? The dice. Do you have any questions?
Move approval.
Second.
I have a motion made by Councilman Galvin to approve agenda item F. That motion was seconded by Vice Mayor Bien-Aimé. All in favor?
Great, Mr. Clerk, I just have a quick question. This is for vehicles, not vehicles, for the police. Could you give me a little bit more explanation, Mr. Estrada or the manager?
With regards to who?
Item F, yes.
So these are the vehicles that are rented in the police
rented,
department
okay.
for the police department.
Okay, never mind, thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passed with a 4-0 vote. Tab G, proposed resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, authorizing the city manager to issue purchase orders to Verizon Wireless Personnel Communications LP, in an amount not to exceed $255,000 annually for the provision of wireless voice and data communication services for a term of 3 years, piggybacking the State of Florida Department of Management Services contract number DMS 1011-0086, and the Federal Government General Services Administration contract number GS-35F-0119P with Verizon Wireless Personal Communications LP pursuant to Section 7-167 of the City of North Miami Code of Ordinances, providing for an effective date and for all other purposes.
Once again, council members, the item that you have before you under tab G is staff's recommendation and your request to seek your authority to issue purchase orders to Verizon Wireless Personal Communications LP to provide the city with cell phones, air cards, and other cellular services. Essentially, this award is based on a piggyback of both the State of Florida Department of Management Services contract and also the Federal Government General Services Administration contracts. Essentially, these are the services that will be provided for telecommunication services for the city citywide. A lot of this contract is used also by the North Miami Police Department. In particular, the air cards are used for investigative purposes. They are used for mobile crime reporting software, which is used by the police department, and also laptop generated and transmitted wirelessly to the records management system using these services. So once again, the recommendation is for your approval. This is a 3-year contract, the not to exceed amount of $255,000 a year. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to take them.
Now let's open public hearing on tab G. Public hearing is open. Public hearing on tab G. I see no one on the dais. Any questions?
Let me ask Mr.
Put up.
I'm sorry. Mr. Estrada, I have one quick question for you. I know this is a piggyback. Is this an extension from last year, or, because my question is, have we looked at other carrier besides Verizon?
Well, yes, these are new contracts that were issued by both the State of Florida and the federal government. These contracts, as you can imagine, they cover in terms of a very wide area in terms of the volume of pricing that's offered by these solicitations. We believe that this is probably the most competitive pricing that the city would be able to obtain through these very large solicitations, as you can imagine, carried out by both the state and the federal government. It's our recommendation that the City Council approve this, and it'd be very difficult for us on a local level to issue a similar solicitation and to obtain the kinds of rates, competitive rates that are procured through these very large contracts.
If they answer my question.
Any more questions?
Yeah, because my question was, the solicitation that you have, whatever data that you're using, is there a comparison from, do you see T-Mobile, do you see all the others compared to this, or do you just go by because the state and the county? Because that's essentially what you're saying, because the state and the county said it's better. I mean,
I can tell you this, for instance, with regards to the state contract, Department of Management Services, there were 3 companies that responded to their solicitation, one of which was Verizon. The other companies were Sprint and AT&T.
Okay.
And the state of Florida selected as the highest ranked, the best priced, Verizon Wireless. And obviously, again, we're piggybacking on that.
Can I hear a motion on the item?
Move
Please.
approval.
Second.
Have a motion made by Councilwoman Keys to approve tab G. That motion was seconded by Councilman Galvin. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
nay.
Item passed with a 3-1 vote. Tab H, proposed ordinance, second reading of the Mayor and City Council of the City of North Miami, Florida, amending Chapter 29 of the City of North Miami Code of Ordinances entitled Land Development Regulations in Article 1 entitled General Provisions, specifically at Section 1-106 entitled Official Zoning Map, to extend eastwardly the boundary of the Planned Corridor Development PCD Overlay District by one parcel to include a parcel of real property approximately 4.13 acres in size located at 1850 Northeast 123rd Street to allow for the proposed development of the vacant property in accordance with Section 166.041 3C Florida Statutes 2018 and Sections 3-1002, 3-1003, 3-1005 through 3-1007, and Section 3-302 of the City of North Miami Code of Ordinances, Chapter 29, entitled Land Development Regulations, declaring this zoning map amendment to be consistent with the City Comprehensive Plan, further authorizing the city manager to do all things necessary to effectuate the zoning map amendment, providing for repeal, conflicts, severability, codification, and for an effective date. That was tab H.
Do you have a presentation on tab H?
Actually, Council,
Yes.
Vice Mayor, if I may, anyone who wishes to speak on this item should fill out one of the speaker cards, and then the clerk will swear everyone in who wishes to speak on the item.
By the way, you guys know you gotta keep
Yes. Can you bring me the cards? Those who can, if, okay.
So you have a total of 3 individuals here who signed the card. Please stand and rise so I can swear you in.
There's someone else who wanna, you want a card? Yes,
Yes,
can you,
stand up, right?
can you, if you need a card? Okay.
But in the meantime, I can swear in, right?
Yes, and
So we have a total
please
of 3
stand,
people, but we're missing 4. Okay, all right.
4 plus,
All right,
yeah,
we're all ready?
Austin.
Okay, do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. For the record, Tanya Wilson with the Community Planning and Development Department. This is the second reading on rezoning for the property that's located at 1850 Northeast 123rd Street. The property is also recognized as a Causeway Village project. The council recalled that back in December, the item was heard on first reading. It passed unanimously at that time. Prior to that, we had a comprehensive plan amendment that was adopted by this council back in September of 2018.
Can I have it, please?
It
Those
allowed
two.
for the amendment of the
Oh,
future
not
land
yet.
use map at the time to allow for the eastward movement of the PCD overlay district to include this site to allow for activation of a mixed-use project on the site. So based on state law, the comprehensive plan amendment also requires an amendment to the city's zoning map. So applicant is requesting for approval of the zoning map amendment at this time to satisfy state law. So this application is really just procedural in terms of the request. If approved tonight, the next time you'll see this item is as the development agreement moves forward. So that will be next month that the council will hear development agreement and the site plan. I know the applicant also has a presentation on the item at this time.
How long is the presentation?
Okay, and since, do you have another presentation by,
Yes, sir.
do you have a presentation?
Sort of. Very briefly.
Okay,
Joseph
it's-
Geller of Greenspoon Martyr, together with my co-counsel Carla Jones. Also present is Mrs. Tauber and one of the Mr. Taubers. And just very briefly, as you know, you've amended the land use map, and that's done. And as Ms. Wilson said, having done that, the zoning map must be amended to conform to the land use map according to state law. So you've approved this change to the zoning map on first reading. As Ms. Wilson said, it is essentially a procedural thing to now approve it on second reading because it must conform to the land use map change that was already made. So we ask you to please vote in favor, and then we'll be back in front of you to finalize the site plan and the development agreement hopefully on the 22nd. I think we're on track for that. So, thank you.
Thank you very much. Dora Talbot, do you want to speak? No. No. Carla Jones? No. Jessica Olson, do you still want to speak on the item? Since you raised your hand and you swear in? No? Member of the dais? Oh, she's... Come, we can... Since you swear in, you can ask your question.
Street in Sunkist Grove.
1140.
Yeah, 1140 Northwest, 125 Street, Sunkist Grove. Jessica Alston. I didn't understand that this is a continuation of the pictures and everything that was shown before to us before.
Yes.
Or the same landowners.
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't clear on that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Member of the dais.
So moved.
Second. I have a motion made by Councilman Desiree to approve tab H. The motion was seconded by Councilman Galvin. Councilwoman Keys, how do you vote?
Yes.
Councilman Galvin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Councilman Desiree, how do you vote?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Bieneman, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mayor okay. Item passes with a 4-0 vote.
Thank you very much.
you
We'll
very
Oh,
much.
no, it doesn't.
Oh.
Right?
You said 4-0.
Yes, I did roll call vote, right?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Item passes with a 4-0 vote.
That's fine.
That concludes our agenda.
That's funny.
I'm messing with you, Joe.
That's
Sorry.
fine. Very fun. We appreciate it, and we'll see you in a couple
Stay
weeks.
to up. Thank you very much
Thank you
for
very much.
show up tonight. And thank you very much. And now it's time for Citizens Forum. Can you set the clock for us, making sure everybody got the 2 minutes to speak, please? Citizen Forum.
They could use 2 mics.
We have 2 mic if we can have 2.
Jessica Alston, 1140 Northwest, 125 Street, Sunkist Grove. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
First of all, I really want to ask for a few more minutes. I stand here today on behalf of Tap Life today, who sponsored the Sunkist Grove Fabulous Festival. And we are giving
On
you
behalf
a
of who? Can you repeat it? On behalf of who?
Tap Life Today,
Type. Okay.
which I am the director of Tap Life Today.
Okay.
Tap Life Today sponsored the Sunkist Grove Fabulous Festival, in which we had gave prizes to the fabulous home decor, holiday home decor, and the winners are here today. Please, Dr. Hector Medina, stand with me. He was the judge. Please, Dr. Medina, you come please stand. He was the head of the judging team. It was Dr. Medina, his lovely wife, Helena, I don't know if she's here. It was Robert Carr, and I'm going very fast, and Marisol Medina. I want to thank you very much for your contribution and help in the festival, participating as judges. Here are something for
It's 2 minutes.
Marisol and Mr. Carr, and for you and your wife, have here a gift card to Olive Garden resident at 1010 Northwest 128th Street. Come forward.
Arthur, that's
You have
Give her a
to.
hand. Okay, you can't give it. She's the winner. That home is the winner of the Sunkist Grove Fabulous Festival, and they're winning $75 in recognition of your contribution to giving light to our community.
Miss Ash,
Give me 2 more seconds. I got 2 more prizes, please.
you better understand that before you come and do a presentation, you should consult with us and to allow you time to do that, not at Citizen Forum. Okay,
Is
get
that-
another 2 minutes. Okay, it's
Yes,
fine.
yes, sir. Okay,
Okay, go
Dr.
ahead.
Medina, this is the dinner for you and your lovely wife. Thank you for being judges. Okay, I only know the addresses, so that is first prize.
I will give you 1 more minute, Miss.
Okay,
Yes,
first
go
prize.
ahead, quick.
Is 1010 Northwest 128th Street. Here's a $75 Amazon gift card. Thank you. Thank you. We're awesome. We're awesome on the west side. Number 2 is in 720 Northwest 126th Street. Please come forward. Give them a hand. Second prize winner. 720 Northwest 126th Street. Thank you so much. This is your prize, $50 Amazon gift card prize. Congratulations. And the third prize goes to 12426 Northwest 8th Avenue. That person here. Seem not.
Yes.
When we shine our lights, we are stronger and more powerful. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Citizen Forum.
After that, I don't know. I think I better sit down. Jessica, you're great. Is it working? I'm Annie Montgomery, 2082 Laurel Lane, also known as 124th Street, North Miami. I didn't speak on the last ordinance because I figure this is a waste of time speaking because our council has made up their mind what they're going to do before they even get up here. Okay, that's one thing. Second is we issued an administrative variance on a property at 12935 Exora Road.
12935?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Exora Road.
Where?
Exora Road.
Oh, okay.
That's in Keystone Point, North Miami, 33181. Okay. And that ordinance was for storage of a camper or travel home for storage.
In the back or up front?
I have pictures of it.
Up front or in the back?
In the front.
Of the property? A temporary one or a permanent one?
Well, you would have to ask staff, okay? But let me finish, please.
Okay. Let me see.
Okay, the picture shows a sewer line running into the clean-out of the sewer. I don't know what that speaks or says to anybody, but it certainly speaks volumes to me. I don't believe we should be giving out administrative...
Go ahead.
May I please?
That's important. Go ahead.
I don't believe we should be giving out administrative variances. Our staff has just the authority to go ahead and give out administrative variances. No respect to the residents. Actually, one of the people that signed for this administrative variance is a tenant in a home, not the owner. Also, from the email that I got when this first came to our attention, it was supposed to be used as storage from an email that I received. And I think you'll remember that. I have it still in someplace. So I just would like our council to know what's happening with administrative variances. There's trailers in the front yard. There's jet skis in the front yard. It's ridiculous. So I would really like to see the administrative variances abolished. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Public hearing is still open on tonight. Can the administration, who signed that?
I'll have to take a look at it, but I will state that the administrative variance process is something that we've had some conversations about, and we are currently looking at it. We've committed to Councilman Galvin.
You signed to this?
I'd
It's
have to-
under
I'll-
you or?
No, it's under it's an administrative variance, so we do it under the manager's office in CP&D. In CP&D.
But you have the final.
Well, ostensibly yes, because I'm the manager.
You
But-
sign on it.
No, I don't do the signature. The CP&D, the director signs the.
You don't approve it, or
No.
you have to see it before.
I do not have to approve it. It is in our code designated to the CP&D director.
Okay, Mr. Okay.
But we're looking at the process right now. We've actually had some in our. I think we had a brief discussion on it at one of the town hall meetings we did already, but we are looking at it. So I'll go look into. I'll have code look into this. Though.
Who signed this? Who can answer some question? What is the size of?
No. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think the issue is about the fact that it's parked there. It's the sewer line that's attached to
that's
the
one
thing.
of the that's one of the thing. But what is the size of the storage? You don't know.
Of this one in particular,
Yeah.
or the allowance?
No, the allowance.
You can park any camper on your property through the administrative variance as long as you follow certain guidelines. The guidelines are either has to be, if it's parked on the side of the home, it has to be 10 feet away from the property line, from the front property line, and 2 feet away from the side property line. Has to be on a poured or a permanent kind of a concrete.
Not in front of the property.
No, you can park in front of your house perpendicular to the house, but you have to have, as you see here, see that hedge? You're required to have I think it's 6 or 8 inch hedge barrier between the camper and the property line.
Is it a temporary one or a permanent one?
You can permanently park it there. It's not, the camper is not to be one that you live in. It's there to store your, an RV or a camper.
Are you telling me that in that case they meet all the requirements?
On the Exora property, I think I went to this property already.
When it comes to size and everything, did you check it and make sure?
This one in
sure they meet?
particular, if the address is the same as the one I'm thinking, it was in perfect compliance. The issue I think is this this sewer line was not there when it was approved by staff.
The sewer line indicates somebody's living in there.
The sewer line now indicates someone is probably living in the camper, which is not allowed.
Okay.
So
when
we'll
you
go
gonna
out-
address that?
Yeah, we'll go out tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Good evening and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
My name is Kessner Smith. My house is located at 133rd Street.
Give me the full address.
Yes, 1090 Northeast.
1090.
Northeast, 133rd Street.
Okay.
Not Miami 22161.
Cowell.
It's mine.
Cowell District. Okay. So again.
Okay. Vous voulez me parler créole?
Whatever you please.
No, he can't now translate.
Whatever you can.
Let me say something, Mr. Manager. We used to have somebody here that used to translate. So I will do that, but we need to have someone, the fact that they will
All the time in
so
Spanish
that
and
I translate.
multiple languages.
Okay.
That then, in case.
No problem.
Okay.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my mic is not. Ou te bet pali map translate pou.
Thank you very much.
Pas gen problem.
Ok. Kay mwen li situé dans li adresse mwen c'est 1090 Northeast 133 Street.
Yes.
My address is 1099 Northeast 133rd. 1090 Northeast 133rd Street.
133, yes.
So again.
Li amazing pour moi, li bon pour moi pour me capable venir camper là soya. Pour me capable congratuler autorité na city of North Miami.
I am pleased to come tonight just to, on front of this council, to congratulate the administration
The
and
governing body
and
of
the
the
governing
city.
body of the. Are you gonna translate? And the governing body of the city.
I'll translate for you
There
if
you
you
go.
want me to.
Make it like that. Ou te continue.
Toujours gen sou kem tout pour me congratuler pour département police yo k'ap fait
Especially
un
the
pile
police
effort.
department.
K'ap fait un pile effort pour kembe City of North Miami en sécurité.
Okay.
It's always in my heart to special thank the North Miami Police Department for keeping the city safe.
Parce que c'est pas un job qui est facile. So, yo fait tout effort, nous prions bon Dieu pour bon Dieu capable de en sécurité tout.
It's not an easy job. We pray God for them so that they could keep all of us safe. He's
Okay.
translating, Mike, so you
Yeah.
cannot
Okay.
just go with 2 minutes with that.
Et deuxièmement, moi congratuler tout staff, autorité dans la City North Miami pour belle route yo fait pour nous malgré le pas arrivé trop long pendant two blocks.
I also want to say thank you to the administration and the governmental official for the wonderful road that you guys have paved on my street, although it doesn't go far, but it's very good. We are grateful for it.
Okay, parce que c'est un bel cadeau pour 2019 et puis à continuer.
Okay, for fini, for finale, oui.
Thank you. Fini?
Yes.
Ou fini? So we l'autre bagaille?
Okay.
Allez vite,
Simplement. Then, nous remercions et pas quitter taxe la 23.
we thank you so much. Just remind, do not let the tax go up high. Thank you.
The property taxes, okay. Public hearings, sale of pen on.
Is that it?
Not public hearings, citizen forum.
Hi. My name is Sandy St. Hilaire. I live in 12655 Northeast 1st Avenue. I'm going to keep it short, but I just wanted to raise some concerns about the development in our community. I made up this word called train track syndrome, and I'm seeing like that on the opposite side of the tracks, it looks really, really different. For example, like in Keystone, we have restaurants and whatnot, but on our side, like it looks really bad. And I just wanted to like really push for like more development on our side of the tracks. Like that's basically it. And I'd also like to raise greater efforts like to advertise city hall meetings, because I have to like really ask around and really, really look to find out what time they are and stuff like that. And I feel like young people who live by me don't really know too much about the city hall meetings. And I also feel like you guys are older, and as of right now, the people who live, like who care right now are like older as well. So I think it is in the youth's hands. So I think you guys should push for city hall for the youth to know about the city hall meetings. That's it for today.
All right.
Thank you very much.
I don't think I'm that old, but
Sandy, no, he's the oldest one up here. Sandy, make sure you sign up on our website
Yes,
for
the website.
The city email blasts.
we do
just
other
for everybody.
outreach. Yes.
We have we're gonna seek for more communication tools in order to inform
But
the
I kinda-
resident about that. We do understand your concern. We're gonna making sure that we address
and like
that.
moving forward, like less dollar stores, less storages, like more
Yes,
things that we can
now
go
we're
to.
doing that one.
It really, really bothers me. Like every time there's some empty land, it's always a dollar store or a storage. Like, and also about the radio and stuff like that. If I don't listen to a Haitian radio station, when would I find out about a city hall meeting?
Online in the newspaper.
But that's what I'm saying. The only reason I know about the city hall meetings is because I check my boyfriend's email. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, I know what
seriously.
you're
But you
saying.
gotta go on the city's
Yeah, no,
website.
Yeah, the
seriously.
website. You have to, or your phone.
Okay, but basically to end it off, what I'm trying to say is that the same efforts that go towards like when there's like an event, put that much effort into city hall meetings so the kids can get involved. That's
Okay.
it.
Man right here.
Okay.
See, he's the youngest
Thank you.
one. See him.
Thank you very much.
Michael, you better talk to her.
Good evening. I have a quick question. My name is Rebecca Brown Thomas, and I'm at 1110 Northwest 128th Street. And we're still having a problem. I'd like to know when my street was going to be paved. I lived there 22 years now, almost 23, and there's nothing done to that street. And like, for instance, when you're reversing now, your car goes down in almost in a hole. So
Yes.
we really need that street to be fixed and paved. I like to see it like 131st Street. Thank you.
Miss Thomas, you know, the public work director and I, we did an assessment. I don't know if that's one of them, but we do have horrible conditions. There was a study that did show there are a lot of streets that are not bad. There is a set of streets that we are repaving that's coming out this year. In the coming weeks, and then we will look and review. So it's on the works, and I know because she will. That's Miss Thomas with the tree. 120, 128.
Yes, that was me with the tree.
Yeah, with the tree, and he helped you. Yeah, he helped you.
What street?
128.
Street.
He's on it. That's your neighbor right here. Get him.
Good evening. My name is
evening.
Judy Brown, and Happy New Year. And I come up to thank the North Miami Police Department under the leadership of Chief Narega and his staff. We had, for the New Year's celebration, in the past, it has been like living in a war zone. But this year, under his leadership and with the staff, it was much more civil. There was some celebration, of course, and we will get there. But it was not, I did not detect any gunfire. I'm getting really good at that. Gunfire in the area of Sunkist Grove. The patrol was out. They were up and down the street. There were lights in the area. So I just wanted to commend them and thank him so much and his staff for what is going on, not only in Sunkist Grove, but also in the city of North Miami, because it was not only for Sunkist, but it was all over. And it was across the aisle. Unlike Washington, the city of North Miami does reach across the aisle and work with departments because the parks had lights on. So it was really just a tremendous effort, and it paid off. It went well. So I just wanted to publicly put that on the record. Next, I have some concern about the 9.2 acres over by Pepper Park. I walk in that area around the park, and I'm concerned with all of the concrete and all of the, what's going on over there? That's my question. Why is the city allowing people to dump in that area? I know it's supposed to be, at one time it was 60-foot, but it's now a field. Are you all aware that's clean field, or what kind of field is that over there? Because it's really, you're keeping the screen up so I can't see what's going on, but I go and I look and I peep, and it's taller than I am. All those concrete boulders, what's going on?
Can you have an answer?
You actually approved an item tonight for us to kind of level it and clean it up a little bit. So
Okay.
Not clean Pepper
But it
Park.
is clean.
No,
But
no,
it is
he
clean
knows.
fill.
The-
It is
the
clean
one-
fill.
Not clean Pepper Park, but
Miss-
talking about
The-
DMC.
the area to the west of
adjacent
JCC.
of it.
Yes.
Yes, and Ms. Brown, I apologize. I was supposed to get back with you. I just saw it today, so because you know we're good at getting back and forth. But that is a concern that since last year, Mr. Manager, we had this conversation, and somebody sent me some pictures, and I went out there because when I walked out there, I saw it. So we knew what was going on. We said it would be fixed, so I'm kind of glad that the manager said that it would be. It's supposed to be leveled, right? Leveled real nice, smooth out soon. So you heard it from him directly. So we are working on that. Okay.
But
Yes,
the
I'm still
question
waiting.
is,
I've been waiting 40 years for that track. I guess I have to
Okay.
wait 40 more. I'll be
Okay.
dead and gone.
but the other question, only the city would come.
Yeah, we
only
don't
the
want-
city
yeah, yeah, we
operates.
don't want
Yeah,
you did
It's
it.
only the
Yeah,
city
it's not
that's
from
Yes.
dumping it. It's not outside.
Yes, it's
What
us,
we're
Ms.
gonna
Brown,
do
who
with the
put the
concrete?
stuff
We're gonna
on there.
sell it, or we're gonna use it for?
That's concrete and from when we do a project
Yeah,
in the
it's
city,
just throw it away.
sidewalk. So that's where we dump the field.
Okay, what you gonna do with the concrete?
Oh, when they, I'll
Throw it
have
away.
to speak with the contractor
Throw
to
it
see.
away?
You don't throw it away the concrete?
Why do you need it?
It's field. It's clean
You can
field.
use it. It's
You
clean
can use it.
field.
It's
Oh,
clean
you
field.
can
You can
use
use
it,
it for, yeah.
Store it
Thank you
somewhere.
very much,
Store it,
Pop.
in District 4 somewhere.
Citizen Forum
District
still
3.
open. Huh?
I said store it in District 3.
Citizen Forum still open on tonight.
That's it.
I see no one come. Let's come on the dais. Council report.
I'd like to wish everybody a happy new year and invite everybody to join our police this Saturday morning at Mocha Plaza. We're going to do a bike ride through the central and western part of the city. We're going to have water stops and beverage stops at Il Kiosco and Dixie Highway, and then we'll be going over to House of Flavor on Northwest 7th Avenue, who's going to host the second stop. So we're looking for numbers. We've been having 50, 60 people on a weekend. Should be a beautiful day, so we'll see you all Saturday. Thank you.
No report.
No report. Go ahead.
I just want to wish everyone a happy, prosperous, healthy New Year. And Councilman Galvin, we are grateful that you are here with God. And most of us did not know, but when we did, we are concerned, and because we are one as a team up here, so we are glad you are here. And thank you to all the residents and also administration for doing a wonderful job. Let's get the work done because it's a lot. I know it's a list. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex.
City manager, do you have any reports?
No report, sir.
Deputy city manager? No reports?
Just happy Councilman Galvin's still with us. He told me he was interviewing for the Dolphins. That's why I heard.
I was trying. I'm trying.
I know he's gonna be with us for many, many years, especially on the dais. And City Attorney, do you have any report?
Yes, sir. Happy New Year to everyone. The executive session that was scheduled for tomorrow, it's been canceled. We weren't able to get a quorum for that, so that's been rescheduled for before the next meeting. I believe that's January 22nd, so I really hope everyone can make it to that executive session. Thank you.
Thank you. City Clerk?
Councilwoman Keys would like to appoint Bob Pashone to the Charter Review Board. Do I have a motion to approve that appointment?
Second.
So moved.
Okay, so Councilwoman Keys made the motion to appoint Bob Pashone to the Charter Review Board. That motion was seconded by Councilman Desume. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passed with a 4-0 vote. Mayor, Vice Mayor, you had an appointment to make?
Me, no.
Okay.
I'll have one soon, Mr. Clerk.
All right, and I have no reports, Mayor.
Okay.
Vice Mayor, okay.
Thank you. Can I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second. Thank you. See you on the 20th.